Hi, everyone. We have author Amaka here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hmm. Okay. My name is Amaka Chika. I started writing about 3 years ago. I've done 3 books to date. I have another book coming out in December. And I'm a wife, I'm a mother, been married for 25 years, my 26th year, no, 26 years now. I have 2 young adult children, 23 and 24. And my books are mostly about relationships because I mean, having been married for this long, having gone through challenges in marriage myself, I just feel kind of like relationships, the male-female dynamic is just a thing. And so that's what I write about. And yeah, I like watching movies, I like hanging out with my children and just doing stuff.
Nice. And what inspired you to start writing?
It was just the whole thing about marriage. Like I said, this is my 26th year of marriage, and I've been through some pretty rough patches in marriage myself. I am still married. And I've just found that the issue of the male-female relationship dynamic, like I said before, is a main thing. So what inspired me to start writing is to begin to try to unravel and look into the reasons why there's so much turmoil in relationships and whether there's any way we can avoid it. That's really why I write.
Okay. And
Mhm.
you've been writing for how long?
About 3 years, although I've been told that even when I was young, I was writing, but never really published. I was just one of those people who reads a lot and then writes. But actually, as a published author, 3 years ago. So I've done 3 books. My fourth is coming out.
Congratulations. And are you
Thank you.
self-published?
I'm self-published, yes. From my
Okay.
first, second, and third, self-published, yes.
Nice. And
That's
how was,
quite challenging, but
yes, I
yeah.
was going to ask you, how was that? How was that experience?
Well, I haven't had it so bad. Like my home country is Nigeria. That's where I live. But like I said, I come to the UK quite a bit. So I've just really done the marketing and everything by myself. And I guess one of the things I have going for me is that everything to do with relationships, everybody is in a relationship of sorts, male, female kind of dynamic. A lot of people are. You're advising someone who is. So that has kind of pushed the sales of my books. Is it challenging? Yes. You have to look for innovative ways to get yourself out there. So,
Okay.
but but that said, I kind of prefer to be self-published, and I think I'd go that route. I mean, it's not as if I got one big contract or whatever, I wouldn't do it. But what I'm saying is it's nice because you have full creative control, and I kind of need that for my books, the kind of books I write. I really want full creative control.
Yes. Yeah. Now, have you
Mm.
experienced writer's block?
I'm passionate. I haven't yet,
No.
and hope I don't.
That's
I, I
good.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm passionate about what I write about. So when the a topic comes to me, it really comes to me. The book I'm writing now, not the one about to be published, I'm writing another one as we speak. I'm trying my hand at more of not so much self-help, but more of fiction. It's going to be so I'll see what happens with that one.
Okay.
Whether I'll get writer's block with that one, yeah.
Okay. Now tell us about your book that you're getting ready to publish.
Okay, the book I'm getting ready to publish is titled, wait for it. Everybody says my titles are really something. So the book I'm getting ready to publish is titled, Where Did You Put Your Organ? A housekeeping book for men and the women who love them. And yeah, that's the title.
I love that title. What made you choose that title?
Yeah, because forgive my French, men like to put their organs all over the place. And I just talk about what happens when that happens, kind of thing.
And how long did it take you to finish this book?
Uh, Roughly about 18 months.
Oh, okay.
And that's from start to finish, from the time I started to the time I finished. Yeah, roughly 18 months ish.
18 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And what do you hope readers take away from this book?
The new book coming out.
The organ book.
The organ book, I like that. From the organ book, I know women cheat too, but I'd like men to think long and hard. I always tell all my titles, the titles of my books are always complete phrases that kind of say what the book's about. So in this book, I'd love men to take away, to really look into the reasons why some men find it difficult to stay with one woman and for them to understand the ramifications when they don't. And then for us as women, for us to realize that our boys, biological sons and otherwise, because you may not have biological sons, but you have young men who are in your sphere of influence and all that, to be able to put into them values that enable them be faithful to one woman. I mean, finish with one before, kind of be faithful to one woman, and the ramifications if you don't. That's kind of it. So for the men, to kind of let them think about what they decide to do, and for the women to realize that we have a responsibility to try and impact boys in our sphere of influence, boys and men in our sphere of influence. That's kind of it, what I'd like people to take away from it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, do you have your other books with you?
Oh, I do. Let me show you.
Sure.
My first book was How to Get Your Wife to Swing from the Chandelier in a Red Negligee. And it's a book, I say, that gives men deep insight into the mind of their woman and gives a woman a voice to speak her heart to her man. All those things we think they should know, but somehow they don't quite get it, and we don't think we should explain it to them. Those are the kind of things I kind of have in this book.
Okay.
A lot of my books are faith-based, I must say, because, in a way, but it just talks about the things a woman is going to need and tells the man the things the woman is going to need. So it gives them, I like to say, it helps men make love to their woman's mind as opposed to just her body kind of thing. That's number one. Okay. My second book is 49 Ways to Get Rid of the Other Woman Without Getting Caught.
Nice.
And that's my second book. And then my third book was a limited edition coffee table book. It was a very limited edition coffee table book. There are only 250 copies worldwide. I think I just have about maybe 30 or 40 left because it was kind of expensive, but it was like a keepsake. And it's titled Before, When, and After. And it's a book, a collection of quotes and thoughts and ruminations on the male-female relationship dynamic. And I feel it's a book that can inspire conversation because some of the assertions, when you go through it, you might not agree with them. And so they're very good conversation starters. Yeah, okay. Those are the three. Yeah.
They all sound very interesting. Wow.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your book?
Well, nothing that they're about relationships. I must point out that their faith, they're not churchy, but I am a Christian. I don't make any apologies for it. So I guess you'll get that underlying ethos in everything I write. I don't know so much about this next book coming out and the one after that, but yeah, it's underlying there. So I'll say that. And then the other thing I'll say is that my books make easy reading. They're the kind of books that you'll feel as if you're actually talking to me the way we're talking now. I write in a very loose and informal way. So yeah, that's what I'll tell you about them. I think they're exciting. I think they're fun, interesting, I think. At least that's what I've been told.
Well, I look forward to reading it. Now tell us, Ms. Amaka, what is your Instagram and Facebook name?
Okay, on Instagram, it's at Amaka Chika Mbonu. My name, my surname is a compound name. It's hyphenated, but on my Instagram handle, it's not hyphenated. So it's just Amaka at Amaka Chika Mbonu. Okay. On Facebook, it's my name, Amaka Chika Mbonu, hyphenated just as my name is. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now, are you a reader as well, or you just write?
Yeah. No, I read a lot. I read a lot. Like I said, I have a book club too. We read a book every month, books to do with relationships, but I read a lot. Even when I was young, the lots of series and all that. And even till now, I have loads of books. I read a lot. I'm a voracious reader. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite author? I know it's hard to choose.
Oh, it's so hard. That would be hard to say. Yeah. And I read a lot of fiction. Apart from these books I read with regard to marriage and relationships and all that, maybe I'd say anything that is sort of, those kind of Ludlum, Grisham sort of things that are like intrigue and action, sort of the action, say, genre of a book. Those are the kind of things I like. But I also like, there's this, not fantasy, would I say fantasy or science fiction like books, books that have to deal with the paranormal and things like that. I guess those are the kind of things I like. When I was much younger, I was very into romance and all that, those kind of books where he sweeps you off your feet, carries you off into the sunset. but I don't read that much anymore. I'm old now.
Been there, done that, right?
Yeah, I'm old now.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
This has been such a lovely time. You're such a lovely young lady. I've had such fun.
Thank you.